We're going to get started here, and let's talk a little bit about YouHodler on our DeFi episode of Chainlink Live. Here we go. Welcome to Chainlink Live, DeFi edition. I'm Andy Boyan from Chainlink Labs, and I'm here with Ilya from YouHodler. Ilya, it's great to have you here. Tell us a little bit about YouHodler. What's it all about? Give us kind of like the 5,000-foot overview. What makes YouHodler special?
Yeah, thank you, Andy. So we're a FinTech platform, blockchain-based FinTech platform. We have different services implemented on the platform. So on the one hand, we have crypto-backed lending services, crypto-backed lending solutions. On the other hand, we have crypto interest accounts. It's something like farming on DeFi. It's something like saving accounts on traditional banking. So also we have our exchange and conversion services from fiat to crypto, from crypto to crypto. And we have set of complex solutions, complex trading solutions. And actually, Andy, I like your term on your blog. You implemented, you call us CDeFi platform. Mm-hmm. So centralized, decentralized platform. And I like it because it's exactly like it is. Because basically what we do. So we are building bridges between different technologies and different worlds. So speaking about traditional finance and crypto finance, we have both. We have all major blockchains integrated on one hand. We have all payment solutions like bank wires, credit cards integrated on the other hand. So we're building bridges between crypto and fiat. And the same with the CeFi and DeFi. So we are integrated with traditional centralized exchanges like Binance, Kraken, Coinbase, and a lot of others, basically all major exchanges. And at the same time, we integrated with a number of DeFi protocols. So we are combining and building bridges. Why? In order to provide our users who are just normal people, not geeks, not crypto nerds, just normal people. We are providing them with easy access to modern financial solutions, which is again combination of fiat and crypto, CeFi and DeFi. So that's why I like your term CDeFi platform YouHodler. So we'll use it.
One of my personal values is to give people options. Like that's what this space is about to me, is like give people the option. If you want to get access to crypto assets, but you don't care who holds them, then you can go to a centralized exchange and you can let them do that. Hopefully you do it in a safe way and in a thoughtful and well-researched way. But the same is true for DeFi. If you want to control your own assets and move out there, you have the option to do that. Again, be very careful. Or if you want some blend in between and you're using the benefits of both, those should be available for people to use. Yep. And that's what it sounds like you guys are shooting for.
Yep, absolutely.
Excellent. Well, so one of the things I noticed about YouHodler, there's a lot of crypto assets available for people to use as collateral. So what are these, some of them? And then a follow-up question. First, what are they? Like, you don't have to list them all, but there's a lot there. And how do you make decisions around those?
So we have all major blockchains integrated to the platform. And as for coins and tokens, yeah, we have many of them. And key principles are actually quite simple. So we need mass market demand. We need enough market liquidity. That means that coins, tokens listed on YouHodler should be also listed on top global exchanges or on DeFi. So, and the third criteria is just we don't have securities at the moment. It's just for regulatory reasons. So we have payments, utility tokens, and traditional coins. So again, just 3 points: mass market demand, enough liquidity, and no securities at the moment.
And so by being connected to centralized exchanges, that provides a different level of liquidity than many like starting DeFi projects, right? You need a whole different level of liquidity that some, if you're a brand new token, you just don't have that liquidity in places. But if you're on a centralized exchange, it's there. There are market makers that have provided that. Is that right?
Yeah, and that's why we need integrations with different exchanges. So we need to have stable access to liquidity, to different liquidity sources. And again, that's why we're connected with all major exchanges. And that's why we are connected to DeFi in order to use DeFi liquidity as well.
Cool. How are your borrowing and lending rates determined?
It just supply and demand principle. And so we have our reward products implemented on the platform. So basically, our users are getting interest on their cryptos. So they're getting crypto interest on their crypto deposits. So, and we need to earn this money in order to pay this interest. So, and basically, we just balancing these portfolios, and we're just balancing the performance for the platform. So they're easy. So it's not a rocket science. It's just basic principles of money management, risk management, and balancing of the portfolio. I think the important point is that we are really very focused on efficiency since the beginning. So we are profitable. We have positive cash flows, positive PL. So we do not, pay interest in cryptos using venture funds, using some borrowed funds. So it it just works.
Yeah. If there's demand for Bitcoin, for example, and people are borrowing it, that they're charged an interest rate, and that interest rate is paid back to the lenders who have deposited as collateral there. So cool. No, that's a good important point. Sometimes I want to make sure those things. That's how a lot of DeFi money markets work, but some have like extra incentives and things like that. And it's important for people who are coming into the space who are learning about that to know like, oh, there's just a balanced market. It just works in that way. You recently integrated Chainlink price feeds. Can you talk about how you guys are using Chainlink price feeds in YouHodler?
I can give you just one quick example. Do you remember last week it was some issue on Binance US where Bitcoin dropped to $8,000 just for a few minutes?
Oh, did you scoop that? You got it?
No.
No.
We were all just laughing. So reasons, of course, quite obvious. Like Binance US is just actually small exchange with low liquidity, and just obviously, they got this issue. But on the global scale, it's actually easy to face the same issues even on big exchanges. So being connected with different liquidity sources, we have to monitor price feeds, and we have to avoid non-market quotes, off-market quotes. We have to avoid spikes. So, and actually Chainlink provides really excellent service, excellent solution to verify feeds that we're getting from different sources. So basically we use Chainlink as some kind of a benchmark for price feeds that we're getting from many different DeFi and CFI sources.
Yeah. So Chainlink price feeds, they're aggregate price feeds. And you may have, a couple of exchanges or even 10, exchanges that you could summarize. The Chainlink method is there's literally hundreds of exchanges that come to a price, and those are aggregated in a network of node operators. And then those aggregates are again aggregated. So it's this multi-layer, massive, aggregate that comes to a really stable price.
And that's great. So you're saying about hundreds of exchanges, hundreds of sources. So of course we have less. We have like, if we speak about operational exchanges, we are working with like 10 exchanges plus, let's say 5 different protocols. So 15 in total. Chainlink has hundreds. And that's why we need it. We need a source that is based on hundreds of providers, data providers, liquidity providers, in order to verify our sources. So basically, we need it in order to increase stability and decrease logging, and then again, this non-market, off-market quotes.
Yeah, it is based. Who are your users? That's do you see, are they mostly retail? Have you done research on this, especially as sort of the CDFI in the middle? I'm really curious about who are these people? What is their general demographic? Who are they?
So we have strong retail focus. Our customers are just private individuals, just normal people, mostly middle class, maybe upper middle class, mostly from Europe. Like we have around 70% customers coming from Europe. And 30 from the rest of the world, except unfortunately the US yet. It's because of regulation. So except China, of course, and except some other countries. So again, it's just we're speaking about normal people. As I said, not crypto geeks, not crypto nerds, not so just normal people, and that's why we have our focus on easy to use services. So we have really easy to use, friendly user interfaces. It's easy to start working with crypto, to start working with fiat and crypto on YouHodler. So it's much easier than on many other protocols. And actually, speaking about DeFi, if you ask just normal average person on the street how to use DeFi, most likely you will get some uh, not a clear answer, right? Because if you go with some protocols, at some DeFi websites, you will see something really complicated, right? So, and our mission here is just to use the nature of it. You use the product by itself, but in another form, more easy to use, more user friendly, like we did with the traditional exchange. Now we're trying to do the same with DeFi products. So we're basically integrating DeFi products into the platform with the same friendly, user-friendly approach.
It is hard for someone who is a crypto geek. I'm a crypto geek, absolutely. It's hard to put yourself back into somebody else's shoes who does not know the space. And also, part of the reason that I'm in the space is because I'm a curious person who likes to mess with stuff that's not fully baked all the time. And so it's like, oh, how does this work? How does this work? And you go down the rabbit hole and you test things out, and you learn, how to connect a wallet and how to swap networks and how to set custom gas fees, and like, oh, now there's a different gas fee calculation. And once you actually get into that, now that's just second nature to me. But to somebody else who's new, like, connecting a wallet to a website is weird, and that's just like a base fundamental thing. And so that alone, it's really easy to forget. Or some folks, like, logging into a website and getting an account set up, they're not accustomed to that. There's so many people who are, do I just do this on my phone? I take a picture of my driver's license? Like, what is this? Like, that's still very foreign. Or in crypto, if you've been in here a couple of years, it's like nothing, right? You do that all the time.
Actually, I think it's important to mention. So, of course, we're happy to see people like you on the platform. You said that you are a crypto geek. So, of course, we're happy to see crypto geeks on the platform. And actually, we have them, and they are happy to use us because we have really nice services, like, for example, crypto interest accounts. So, why not to receive up to 12% annual on your, let's say, USDC? So, it doesn't matter, crypto geek or just a newbie you are. So, it doesn't matter. So, that's why we have both. But at the same time, we still have our focus on just normal people and focus on a big audience, because I'm sure you would agree that we still have a huge potential. So we have millions on the market, but we still have billions potential audience, billions in potential audience. And I think
that user experience is critical, regardless of experience level. The user experience, I don't always like dealing with all the Web3 interfaces. I know how to do it, but that doesn't mean I always like to do it. So there is absolutely room for a lot of that. We mentioned earlier there's 100 billion in DeFi now. It's last week kind of that number hit again. I just want to get your perspective. You've been in DeFi and FinTech for a little while. Are there net new users coming into DeFi still? Or is this mostly like crypto holders that have finally like moved their whole, their cold storage wallets into DeFi, things like that? Where do you think we are in the cycle?
Both, actually, both. So we're getting some inflows from crypto active audience, and of course we have newbies coming to the market and coming to DeFi every day. Like yesterday, I can give you an example. So I got an electrician who just fixed something in my house, and after he just finished his job, he asked me, "Look, you're working with crypto, right? With DeFi, CeFi, and all that stuff. So could you please tell me how to use it? I'd like to first test something like just Ethereum and Bitcoin, and also I heard a lot about some farming on DeFi. Could you please guide me? What should I do?" So just average person.
You went to the right place, didn't you?
yeah. So, and these kind of guys are coming to the market every day, and that's great. So both. Answer is both.
When I think about my journey, and the journey I hear a lot of is people want a little exposure first, just so they don't mess it up, which makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. You want to know like the buttons you're clicking and where you're going, and how to track things mentally as well as like on your spreadsheets. And so I personally doubt that huge increase is all new people, although a small amount over time as that grows, that definitely is having an impact.
Of course.
But then that rise, of course, is also indicative of a much larger rise. Once people get comfortable with that small amount, they're like, okay, well now let's do a larger percentage, because these yields, you can't argue with the yields. Like they're just too significant to pass up in DeFi.
Yeah, sure.
This has been awesome talking to you. Let's learn a little bit about YouHodler. What's coming up on the roadmap? What can we expect from your team and your squad going forward?
Yeah, so we are adding more coins, more tokens on the platform. We are integrating more and more DeFi products on the platform, and actually we are actively growing and we're actively hiring. So guys, if you'd like to work with us, so we are hiring in different departments. So of course we have a strong focus on engineering, and we are opened. You can go to our website and check list of positions opened. So also, we are working hardly on some compliance topic. So, because new regulation coming every day from different regions, and we'd like to follow all regulatory requirements, and so we're expecting to get some additional licenses in the next, not a couple of months, of course, it's hard work, but in the next, let's say, few months. So, yeah, new products, new coins and tokens, new features, new regions. Yeah, everything is booming.
Compliance requirements are a very positive sign for the industry. It means more countries and places are saying this isn't going away. Let's make sure we understand it. That's the way I look at it. So even if it's a hassle in the midterm, like those are things that banks and financial institutions for centuries have dealt with, because they're an established part of the fabric of society. And so that's overall very positive.
And actually, the good point is that we invest a lot in making compliance like and easy to use. So like 5 years ago, it was something really complicated to go through some online onboarding with some of banks, right? So now, because of us, because of companies like we are, we have much easy to use compliance processes. And I see now that even some traditional banks started to copy fintech companies like YouHodler. So in Switzerland, I know some big banks who are actually copy pasting, let's say, this approach with KYC compliance checks using just cell phones and browsers. So
I mean, the open banking movement a few years ago really opened the idea of APIs. And if you just start doing the same thing with KYC, and then you can talk about things that are on chain, and access for transparency for even more people in auditing. I mean, the path is clear, right? It's a snowball rolling downhill for a lot of these things. The other thing you mentioned is hiring. I'm going to make a plug, because I just was tweeting like, come build on Web3. I just tweeted this morning, and somebody responded and said like they felt bad because they were stuck in Web2. There's jobs. Go get apply for jobs. There's a lot of jobs. We'll start with YouHodler since you're here with us, but Chainlink Labs has jobs as well as every protocol. And if you're not sure where to start in your move from Web 2 to Web 3, check out the Chainlink Hackathon. Even if you didn't sign up before Friday, it's started just now. And there's more workshops and events than you will believe in getting started and learning how to develop for smart contracts. And in Web 3, it's literally everything you need to know. Especially if you're coming from Web 2, it's even easier. You already have a lot of the frameworks of how to do coding and development, close your brackets and stuff. But even if you're not, there's a ton of great resources there to get you started, so you can go work for people like Ilya. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Yeah, sounds good. We need people. Awesome, man. Where can we follow you, Hodler, and you? Where are the best channels for you guys?
So YouHodler.com, our main website. Also, we have mobile applications on both platforms, iOS and Android, of course. As for social media, so Twitter is a key. So go to Twitter and find YouHodler or Ilya YouHodler. So yeah.
Awesome.
And actually, we have the best industry, best customer support team that works 24/7, 365 days a year. So if you'd like to chat with us, go to the platform, ask customer support, and so we have an awesome team of customer agents. So they're full-time guys working hardly with us. They're not just some remote support somewhere in the middle of nowhere. So we have
Okay.
really professional guys working with us 24/7.
Awesome. You got to shout out your customer support team because they'll watch this too and they'll be like, yeah, Ilya, give us a shout out. That's awesome. Hey, man, it's been awesome meeting you and getting to know the platform. Let's check in again in a while. We'll kind of see when next developments happen. I want to see how you grow and how things are. Can we stay in touch?
Excellent.
Awesome.
Thank you, Andy.
All right. We'll talk to you later. Hey, everybody. That was a great one. Thank Ilya for being here. And thank you for joining and watching and learning about YouHodler. This is going to be a pretty busy Chainlink Live week. We've got a few other episodes. Actually, we don't. I'm sorry. I made a mistake. We have one other one. I'm recording more and then playing them in the future. But we have another one tomorrow. So be sure to like and subscribe. Like this video and subscribe to this channel so you get notifications about tomorrow. It's at the same time. It is with my DeFi Pet, which is this massive DeFi project with PFPs and like Tamagotchi type things, but then there's also these DeFi elements and yield and things like that. So we're gonna learn a lot about that. Snowman, thank you for your questions. Sorry I didn't get to them. Not exactly on topic of DeFi and everything, but go into the chats and ask those questions. Bring those up and find the right channels for those. And I'll be happy to talk about more DeFi, NFT, and tech-related stuff on these future ones. So like and subscribe. You guys can follow smart_contract at Twitter to get notifications when these are going live, as well as at Chainlink on Twitter for all the Chainlink ecosystem notifications. And you can follow me if you want as well. My name's at Andy Boyan, and I make dad jokes and fortune cookie statements and occasional other things. All right, where's my outro? All right, thanks for coming. Sorry, everyone. Peace.